Okay, so let's get started. My closure is actually from XOXO. It's an AliExpress store. I saw wonderful reviews on this company, so I had to go and get me some hair. It's a 20-inch closure, body wave, Brazilian, of course, and it already comes with the middle part. Okay, so we're going to start off by using the Clairol Professional BW2 Powder Lightener. With this, I just use 1 scoop. You can find this at your local beauty supply store. And we're just going to go ahead and mix in our Salon Care, the 30 Developer. I just pretty much eyeballed this. I didn't measure anything. With this, they say you want it to have a cake consistency. You want it to be really, really thick just so it doesn't seep into the closure, so it doesn't bleach pretty much the whole frontal. You just want it to bleach the knots. I'm just testing it to make sure that it's a consistency that I like. I thought this was the perfect consistency, but we'll talk about that later. I am just going to wet my brush a tad just to slick back any baby hairs or flyaways that I do have. And we're just going to prepare it to put the developer and our mix on top. This part to me was the most fun. I do like to bake cakes and I love to ice cakes as well, so I just felt like I was frosting a cake. I do believe this is probably what messed me up because I did just start to frost all over and I did start to get a little bit crazy with it, and I was going fast and not paying attention to what I was doing. When you are doing this, just make sure you use a very, very light hand because you don't want the developer and your mixture to seep into your hairs that's down below. And that is what happened with mine. It did seep down below, and when I do flip it over, you can see that it did bleach the top of my closure blonde. But I mean, this was my first time doing this, so I live and I learn. I didn't get extremely pissed. I'm just going to try and find a way to fix that. When I did wear it, I did just use the mascara to scrape over the top of my baby hairs, and in my opinion it was perfectly fine. But I know people are perfectionists, but I mean, what can you do? Just make sure you put it all over the closure as far as you want. You can even just put it in one section if you're just going to have your part in one section. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it with just my middle part or do a side part, so I just went ahead and placed the, what is this called? I just went ahead and placed it all over. Now that we have the product all over the closure, we're just going to wrap it up in some aluminum foil and let it sit probably for about 15 to 25 minutes depending on how fast it actually lifts. You just wrap it up nice and neat and then let it hang out for a little while. Now it's time to wash the product off of the hair. We're just going to unwrap it and then rinse it all off. You want to make sure you get every single last bit of it off. You can tell from looking at the closure right now, it did seep into the roots, so I do have a little bit of blonde roots, but I promise you in the end it doesn't look bad. Now we're just going to rinse it off. Once we rinse all of the extra product, we're going to go in with a shampoo slash conditioner. Okay, so I thought that I had my conditioner that stops processing any hair dye, but apparently I did not, and I didn't have time to run out because I didn't want to leave the bleaching on my closure and then I would end up with a blonde closure completely. So I just went ahead and used this conditioner that I had that came with my hair dyes out of a box. I don't know why I thought this would stop the processing, but I mean, you do use it after you dye your hair, so I just assumed it might work. Now we're just going to rinse the closure with the Shiny Silver Ultra Conditioning Shampoo. I did pick this up from my Sally's as well. This is just to help neutralize and tone down the brassiness from bleaching the hair. It just makes it not look so ratchet, you know? It makes it look normal. And you just want to make sure you get all of the soap out of the hair so your hair can air dry and just be super fluffy, and then you'll be able to see the true color once it is air dried. After I air dried it, I did see that my roots were a tad bit blonde, but to me that's okay. Like I said, this was my first time doing this. I am not a professional. I repeat, I am not a professional. This was just me experimenting and having fun in my kitchen. I do like how it came out. You can tell that the knots are gone. They are now natural looking. I will have a part 2 showing you how I go ahead and construct my wig. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in part 2.